When people know love, there's also a risk of knowing hatred, pain. So the person that actually said this is named Pain. Yeah, weird. And is an anime character. Yeah, so I wonder who said it in real life, but that's not the point. Well, this episode was inspired by an anime that I watch. Well, I know it is weird, but I'm a sucker for anything that is quite thought-provoking and extremely intellectual. I believe they call this sapiosexual. Yeah, that's the term that they use, I think. Well, I'm not here to teach you English, so I would love for you to enjoy this episode as much as you can, because it is an unconventional topic, and anybody that likes learning new things or trying to challenge their mind, yes, would definitely love this episode. So what's up, guys? Welcome to episode 27 of Reality Monday with yours truly, Damilare Mapa. It's been a while since I recorded an episode of my podcast, so this took a while, and since it is another episode that is not scripted, I apologize in advance for any mistake I might make. Yeah. So first of all, I'll tell you what was really thought-provoking about the inspiration of this particular episode. So there was a guy named Pain, although he was one that named himself Pain, because his parents were killed during a war between his village and another village. So based on that fact, he used that emotion, that intense emotion of hatred towards that village. He used it to get stronger and stronger and stronger, because he wanted to exert his revenge on that village, which he called his personal justice. Yes. So when he became stronger, he decided to exert his revenge and kill the entire village. Yes, he was that strong at that point. So in the process, he killed someone that another person loved in that village. So that other person too wanted to have revenge on him. Yes, it was two ways. Someone wanted to have revenge on a village based on the fact that they killed his parents, and then the person that wanted to have revenge in the first place killed someone that someone in that other village loved. So the person too also wanted to have revenge. The reason why it was only both of them because they were equally strong. They equally got stronger based on a fact. I cannot say everything finished, but then both of them wanted to exert revenge, and both of them felt it was their personal justice. Yes, the other person felt like Pain, yes, who his parents were killed, was the bad guy, although because he didn't know his story. So there was a particular point where both of them now had a discussion. They talked it out. They did not. It was the point where the other guy was strong enough to defeat Pain to an extent. Then he decided not to kill him yet. He decided to have a conversation with him, and they both talked about it, which was weird. So that was when Pain decided to tell him about his own story, which was the fact that he felt so much pain. That was the reason why I even named himself Pain. He felt so much pain when his parents were killed. He felt so much pain when his comrades and his closest friend, was killed based on this war that was between these two villages. So it was so thought-provoking because, yes, my parents were killed, or someone I loved was killed, so I want to exert revenge. And then I killed someone that was very beloved to you too. Then you wanted to exert revenge on me. So what exactly is true? What do you think in that position that it is the right thing to do? Yes, that was what was really thought-provoking. So both of them actually sat down and they had a discussion. And that was one of the reasons why I quoted what I quoted in the first part of this episode, which was that when you feel love, or when you experience love, there's also a scenario to experience pain. So the Pain was said to be the bad guy here, and in reality, he was not the bad guy. It was not like he deserved to die, but then he killed someone that other people loved too, based on the pain that he felt. So when it comes to emotions, like very strong emotions like revenge, you find out that most of the times, although people like us now, we cannot see this topic as conventional. It's an unconventional topic because we are not in times of war. Neither are we in the times where you see people kill other people and you want to exact revenge. Most people even don't care about revenge these days. But it is a very intense emotion that some people have felt in the past, and it's good to get the wisdom in it. That's one of the reasons why the legal system was established, where you have to exact justice on anybody. You cannot take you cannot put justice in your hand. When you know what they usually say when they say you leave justice to the law or something like that. So, but most times we cannot really understand what people that have been wronged face, what people that their parents have been killed. We are lucky in this part of the world. There are still places in other part of the world where you find war breaking out because of they killed this person, because of this sect killed this person, this particular religion killed this person. So they want to exact revenge. But at the end of the day, revenge does not bring peace. It only brings continuous hatred. When you exact your revenge, science has shown that there's a reward. There's a little bit of reward that comes with exacting revenge. I think it's one of those emotions that when you have accomplished it, probably like lost, you feel this yes, I think it's testosterone or this reward system in the body that you feel nice, you feel good based on the fact that you've exacted your revenge. But the feeling is temporary, according to science. The feeling is usually temporary because you then feel guilt, you feel so many unsatisfaction after you felt comfort that, okay, you finally exacted your revenge on this particular person based on what they did to you that was bad. So, in true essence, revenge only brings hatred. It brings continuous hatred. But you want to have your revenge. Like I'm trying to say it because I felt what these people felt when for example, now you see someone that kills your parents and you are at the front of that person like this. What exactly would you do? You want to destroy the person. But when you do that, when you've finally accomplished that, you feel peace of mind to an extent. There's another person out there that'll be like, you killed someone that was giving me food, you killed someone that I loved too, and want to exact revenge also. So according to something I watched, it was a science psychology of revenge. They said the best way to deal with revenge is to channel that strong feeling, that strong emotional strong emotional drive, to channel it to something productive. Yes, I feel most people don't even study their emotions. They don't and we feel these things every day. Most people are just concerned about love. There are so many strong emotions out there that people feel that we can use it to you're able to channel these emotions into something productive. For example, academically, channeling the drive. The drive is just like motivation. When you get motivated to do something, someone tells you about how you can achieve the greatest thing in the world. Is an emotional drive, although it's temporary. Sure you get. So it is the same thing with all these emotions too. Emotions of hatred, emotions of lust. Yes, even emotions like that are even strong. Combination of emotions of lust, of love. Yes, when the heart is broken, in quotes. Yes, those emotions too are something that can be channeled into something creative. So in essence, revenge. Yes, that's what we're talking about. Revenge is a very, very interesting emotion that when studied, you'd see that even cases where so many people, different cases where you'd see an issue where so many people want to exact revenge on others for what they've done to them, you see a clash in those emotions, a clash in the hatred, continuous circle of hatred. And that's the same thing that is even happening in our country. For people that are listening that in Nigeria, you definitely have so many wars, so many breakouts, because we are different in our beliefs, in our religions, in our culture and everything. So sometimes you might get offended by something. For example, now the war that happened, the civil war that happened in Nigeria, there's so many reasons why people want to just say that no, they are not interested in this particular people because they don't trust them, because of history they hate them in every way. But in true reality, we can never truly find peace. We can never truly find peace if we continue holding on to this emotional disturbance of hatred, that fuels revenge, in essence. Because no matter what, revenge, the truth behind revenge is that it is so wrong. Because you might feel like, no, this person wronged me, this person did something very, very terrible to me, and at the end of the day, you want to exert, or you want to pay back what that person did. You want to, whether emotionally, even if it is not you, it might be other people that are your tribe, your personal, your religion, your belief, in essence, and you might want to support them because of that. But if people that truly want peace in the world, that feel like they want to do the right thing, will never follow the path of revenge, because it only brings continuous hatred. And you know, or you might not know, how it feels to feel hatred. It is something very terrible. I don't think I've felt it, and I don't think I want to feel it. I want to feel it. Some people usually use it they use it in wrong form, based on the trivial emotions that we face these days. Emotions like I love you, I don't know, some very trivial things. But in true life, in real life, the emotion of hatred is something very strong. That if you felt it, you just see someone and feel like killing the person. So, and that is definitely wrong, because it's something that can destroy a nation, that can destroy the world, in essence. So I hope you've gained something from this episode. I know I was not able to combine most of the facts together, but then I'm hoping that you understood what I said. And yeah, the inspiration of this episode, there are still so many things that could be learnt from this unconventional feeling of revenge. But that would be it for today's episode of Reality Monday. I hope you learned something, and thank you very much for listening. If you listened to the end, if it was not boring to you. So I would also love for you to give me a feedback, and let me see what you think about revenge. And I'll see you in the next 2 weeks. Peace.